The summer body scam, dismantling the lie that keeps you stuck. Yes, that is what we are talking about today on Weight Loss for Women Over 40. And this is the podcast where we trade shame for strategy, diet rules for deep mindset rewiring, and quick fixes for lasting freedom, especially around food. So, welcome to the podcast, Weight Loss for Women Over 40. I am your host, Nikki T, your diet destroyer, your truth teller, and coach. So, if you can't tell, I've had a little bit of coffee. I will try not to talk too fast. I think I talk fast normally. I don't know. You're gonna have to let me know. Do you listen to the podcast on double speed, or do you need to slow it down? Yeah, I talk fast. I'm from Jersey typically, and when I am from Jersey, but typically I talk fast, and especially if I've had a little cup of coffee. Um, though I don't do full caffeinated coffee anymore. I tend not to. I do half calf, and that is probably a whole nother topic that you don't really care about. So let's dive into the topic today. So can we just call this out? The phrase summer body, right? The summer body is a scam. One that's made millions of women feel not enough every single frickin' year. It's sneaky, it's seductive, and it's ruining your relationship with yourself. So, again, in today's episode, we're calling BS on that summer body narrative and rewriting what this season can actually mean for your mindset, your health, and your joy. So, does this sound familiar? Sometime in the spring, you start mentally calculating how many pounds you could drop before July 4th. And you muster up all the willpower you have, focusing on, I just need to get to July 4th, and then I'll look fabulous. You restrict, and then at some point, you snap. And that inner rebel comes out with a vengeance, and the fuck it's all start. Sorry if you're listening with kids. Then you spiral. You feel all the shame and guilt and try to somehow, some way, in the deepest inner core of your being, start again. Does this sound familiar? I know it does because I've lived it. I've heard my clients say it. It's the same thing. It's like you muster up all this willpower and you're like, yes, I'm going to do it. And then at some point you snap. You just break off that willpower and it's normal, right? So here's what I want you to realize. That summer body goal, it was never your goal. It was handed down to you. It was sold to you. Every time you chased it, you got further and further and further away from yourself, your true self. So I want to talk about this. There is a toxic belief hiding behind the thought, I just want to feel good in my body. And a lot of women over 40 that I talk to, that is their main concern. They want to just feel good in their body. They want to be healthy, right? They're not looking for six-pack abs. Maybe some of you guys are. And I want to say that's probably not the healthiest, depending on where you are in your phase of life. But anyway, you just want to feel good in your body. You want to feel comfortable in your clothes. You want to be able to walk up steps without huffing and puffing. You want to be able to do daily activities that you love and not feel like you're struggling in your body. And you keep chasing the body that you want, but I'm telling you, you need to get good with your current body as it is right now. So yes, even when you look in that mirror and you go, oh my God, what is happening? Yikes, there's another wrinkle. Oh my gosh, my stomach is spilling over my pants. Whatever it is, you got to get good with where you are right now because you're constantly in that future mode of when I get here, I will feel better. And you have to get good where you are. So, say you're 100 pounds, 200 pounds overweight in this current moment. It's not that you're like all of a sudden in love with those 100, 200 pounds that you have. or the thighs or the stomach that's, bigger than what you want. It's not about that. It's about loving you in this current body that you have. And I know it's probably pissing some of you guys off because I know I've been there. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, why? How can I love this body when it's so unacceptable? And again, we think it's our body, but what we're saying to ourselves is, I am unacceptable, me as a human being, because I don't look like XYZ. And it's been passed down generation from generation to generation. And it's time to stop. It's time to stop and break this generational chain. If you have kids, if you have grandkids, it doesn't matter where you're starting. Start breaking the chain of this whole dieter's mentality. You want to feel good in your body, but your brain, your primitive brain, has this like number in mind, or when you will fit in those jeans that you shoved in the back of the closet, those smaller pair of jeans that are kind of just crumpled up in the back of the closet, and you're just holding on to them because hopefully one day you will fit into them. Your brain, your primitive brain, is telling you that when you get in the future to that point, then you are acceptable. And why does it do this, right? It wants to preserve you. It wants to keep you safe. Your primitive brain is all about safety and security. And for you to decide that you want to go and change your body, that is very scary for primitive brain, because primitive brain's like, hey, we're alive. Like, it's good. Why would we want to change? Remember, primitive brain does not want to expend any energy. It runs off of default patterning that you've already established. And then add on top of that, if you have thoughts of, I'm not good enough, you've got a cocktail of, I'm not going to lose weight. And you're going to hate yourself the entire time. So when you have this goal of like, I will feel good in my body when, you keep it away from you. It's constantly out there somewhere in the future that your brain can't kind of calculate, right? Yes, you can plot it on a calendar, but again, your brain thinks of it as it's out there. It's not here in the present moment. And when you get in the present moment of, here I am in my body, I have 100 pounds, 200 pounds to lose, whatever it is, I don't like my thighs, I don't like my stomach. When you come into the now moment, that is when everything shifts. And you're going to drift in and out of it, right? So you can get grounded in the now moment, but then your brain does kind of wander. Oh, I wonder what happens in the future. I wonder what happened in the past, right? Just reground yourself, because it's so interesting. And I'm practicing this on a different aspect of like being present in the moment. It's almost like you're able to slow time down and get more in tune with what's going on in your body. That probably is another podcast episode. So when you keep it out in the future, again, your brain, it hasn't latched on to like that's a possibility, right? Because it's still so far out there in the future. So again, aim to feel good in your body now, in this moment. So chasing that summer body actually makes weight loss harder. There's this woman on TikTok, and I don't know, I wish I had looked up who it was. I don't know who she is, but I just found her. I listened to like two of her TikTok videos, and I find her hysterically funny. Um, she's a woman that comes and says, like, we're starting a group over 50 or 40 or whatever, and we're basically not doing it. And she's usually got like three different glasses on her shirt hooked in. And it's like she's having a meeting of the club of, we're not doing this anymore, right? And it's funny to think that we get to a certain point in our age when we're kind of like, screw that. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not after the summer body. I just want to feel good in my body, right? But what's funny about what this woman is talking about is it's so true about how I wish I'll have to pull it up and maybe I'll put it in the show notes. I don't know. But she's so funny about having, and she's like checking off the list of like, no, we're not going to people please anymore. We're not going to do this. Um, but I want to offer, what if we had an awesome body year round? And when I say awesome body, I don't mean ripped. I don't mean cut, or you know what I mean? Everybody has their thoughts about what is an awesome body for you, right? So it's not just a summer body trend, it's a year-long thing. When you do that, that powerful mindset shift will flip everything and the way you think about things. It puts you back in charge, essentially, which you are always in charge. But when you flip it of like, and this is pretty common too with other occasions, like when you have a reunion or when you have a wedding coming up or when you want to look good for a vacation or something like that. What if your normal was feeling awesome and looking how you want to look in that body all year long? When you flip it to the lean, healthy body that's just your normal, there's not going to be these huge fluctuations in body changes, right? And weight changes. And when I say that, I don't want you to be like, so here's the conundrum, right? I'm asking you to get good with your body now, and I'm also asking you to flip it instead of going for the carrot, going for the goal of I'm going to change my body on such and such a day in the summer, in the vacation, whatever. Switch it to no, I'm going to be really good with my body right now in this current moment, and I'm going to love it as I'm progressing through and getting my body to a year-round body, not just a summer body, not just a vacation body, but living in that body like it is normal for you. So this isn't about giving up on your goals. It's about redefining them so they work for you, not against you. So if you ever stood in front of your closet in June, which is that is what it currently is, frustrated with your body and questioning your worth, this episode is definitely for you. And if it hits home, please share it. Please give it a review, give it a like, whatever. Send it to your girlfriends, send it to your daughter, send it to somebody who needs this information. Let's stop the cycle. Like I said earlier, let's stop the generational dieters mentality passed down stuff. It's interesting. I talked to a private client of mine, and I'm sorry, she's not a private client of mine. She's a group client of mine, and she was talking about how dieters mentality is so prevalent, and she didn't realize she was doing it. And I think that's part of the key. Like, we don't realize that we're in it. We don't realize how much we talk about diets and bodies and the mentality behind it. And that was passed down generation from generation, which we're not blaming them, but take ownership of it and let's stop it. Okay. Let's stop hating ourselves skinny. Let's do it together. Let's help the next generation coming up be a role model for them. And, let's end the dieters mentality, right? Let's do this together. So I hope this episode was helpful. If you want my 5 reasons you are not losing weight ebook, it is going in the vault in a couple days. So make sure you go grab that. It is absolutely free. You can get it at Weight Loss for Women Over 40. That's 40.net/book. If you are ready to lose weight for the last time, I have some options for you. You can DIY it yourself by joining the Jumpstart. That is at weightlossforwomenover40.net/jump. If you want to get all my programs, which is so juicy, and get support in a group setting, join Master Your Mind to Change Your Body. That is at weightlossforwomenover40.net/group. And for those of you who want personalized support, I have 2 openings for private coaching. You can apply at weightlossforwomenover40.net/call. And if you just want to dip your toe into my world, then go grab Crush Your Cravings while it's still on sale for $7. You can get that at weightlossforwomenover40.net/crush. If any of these links you didn't quite catch, you can absolutely rewind this, but you can also find them in the show notes or just go directly to my website at weightlossforwomenover40.net and you can find them all there. All right, have an amazing, amazing day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.